Hello, guys, and welcome to True Love Talk here at PCG TV. In the light, there is light. Today, we have exciting conversations with two very amazing guests, and you don't want to miss any part of this conversation. We are here to talk about Valentine. Yes, love is in the air, and on PCG TV today, we're going to have this conversation, True Love Talk. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. So, on True Love Talk today, a special Valentine edition, we're going to be talking to two guests, as I mentioned earlier, about Valentine. All you need to know about Valentine as a young Christian, and I'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into the conversation. Papa, please tell us a little about yourself. But you're most welcome. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you too.
Yes.
I'm Reverend Kwachi Ransford, and the second associate minister at Hope Congregation.
We would like to know about your family.
Oh, okay. I'm married with 3 children.
Okay.
Yes. The latest came in, I think, 6 or so months ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great, amazing.
But it's common, it's not full stop. So I'm expecting more.
I hope your wife knows. That's great.
Anyway, so I actually love the work of God, love theology.
Okay.
I do study a lot with respect to theology, and also try to understand human, which is anthropology. So that's a bit I can say about myself. When it comes to love life, well, we are struggling, but we are trying to understand each other. In terms of my wife and I, it's not easy. It's very difficult sometimes. But I try to cope and try to resolve issues as and when they come. So maybe as we go along, we'll hear more.
Sure. How many years have you been married?
Oh, a little over. Yeah, in 2025. 25.
Yes, 25.
So 6 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So that is Papa Ransford for you. I'll move to my next guest. Please introduce yourself to us, and thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so my name is Lawrence Lawenano, a chartered accountant with the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Ghana. I'm also the MD or country manager for Bogu Beverages. I'm married also with 3 kids. I'm done. There's no comma. There's full stop.
And your wife agrees.
Oh yeah. She agrees. So
She's the chief commander in chief. So what he say is fine.
yeah. So
from his face, you realize that he wants to.
so 15 years is still counting in marriage. It's been fun. It's been fun, full of adventure. We discovered new things as we go along, and so as in terms of relationship, we can say we've done a little bit, but we're on it. We'll see how it goes.
There's more way ahead. Yes, amazing.
I also fellowship with the Greenwich Meridian congregation.
Okay, great.
Yes, as the district treasurer currently.
Great, thank you. Okay, so we'll continue. We'll get right into the conversation. Papa Ransford and Lawrence, thank you again for joining us. So, Valentine. Papa, what one word would you use to describe love? Just one word.
Let me use this dynamic.
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 Interesting. Can you shed a little light on that?
Well, when you talk about love, it's a broad concept. That's why I'm using the term dynamic. There are varied or several nuances within that concept of love. But the bedrock of all the other loves that we know is what we Christians we try to let people understand and live their life by, which is the agape love, the unconditional sacrifice or sacrificial love. It's unconditional sacrificial in the sense that I can sacrifice something, but it's not unconditional sacrifice.
Okay.
So, for example, you come to me, I need A. I say, okay, I can sacrifice A, but it's based on condition. So if the agape life one that is unconditional sacrifice.
Okay.
So that's what I would say.
Okay. Papa says love dynamic. One word for love to him is dynamic. Lawrence.
Okay, so I'll take selflessness. And technically, some of the words he put into it. Because if you are selfless, you put other people's needs before yours. And so that is why the Bible says that for God so loved the world that he gave.
His only
I think when we were in children's service, they were saying Jesus was comfortably sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
He was okay. But then because of man, he said, okay, then let me sacrifice and come down. If you cannot sacrifice, if you are not selfless, forget about love. Whatever you are doing is just matter of way. So putting other people's needs. So you don't care about the things that, or the joy, the fun you are depriving yourself of. But you want this person to be satisfied, then you are okay. So I will put love, one word, selflessness, because Udo will be a onyanobone.
Exactly.
And you always want to make sure that whatever you are doing, there's no reward to whatever you are doing. You do it. If the person thank you, fine. If there's no thanksgiving, fine. You just move on, because in your head, the person is the main focal point why you want to do that. And that is why I'm choosing selflessness to represent love.
Amazing. 2 words for love. Dynamic. It keeps evolving and doesn't stay the same. So don't think that's the one thing that you're doing, that's it. It keeps evolving as you both grow. And then Lawrence has added selfless, and that's it's phenomenal. So we will continue the conversation. And Lawrence, I just want to ask you, Vows Day, everywhere when you listen to the radio, everybody's saying Vows Day, it's Vows Day, tomorrow is Vows Day, next week is Vows Day, 14th is Vows Day. Would you say that Vows Day is overrated, having been married for 16 years and all?
It depends on whoever you are asking, and based on your perspective for Vows Day. In fact, the Vows Day itself started from somewhere, but today's Jay-Z's and we are trying to make it and look another way. You see, it was an ancient tradition. Okay. In the ancient Roman, it was a festival for then gods called Juno. So the festival actually is called Lupercalia. So those were ancient Rome. So it was actually a celebration for their goddess. Now, it grew up down to where we wanted to now bring in Christianity. It's not biblical actually. Where in the Roman Empire, we heard of a man called Valentine, who at the time, the emperor at the time said that the young men like me or so for, they are not going to allow us to marry because we are good for war. They are preparing us for war. So if you start marrying and dating and all those things, your strength, you will lose your strength. You can't fight. So Saint Valentine was marrying the men secretly. And the emperor got to know of it and arrested him. So in prison, he healed the jailers' daughter. And through that, he wrote, I think before he would be killed, he wrote notes expressing the unconditional love to the daughter and everything. And that's where we want to say that, okay, the Rome also decided to bring in to their worship, and then it became part of us now. It's not biblical. It's not, I would say that if it's overrated, it's because of now the way we have commercialized the whole thing. Apart from Father's Day that we don't hear radio people announcing, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day are one of the overrated commercials.
It should be a national holiday.
No, yes, but okay, so even in Ghana, in other jurisdictions, Valentine's tomorrow will be a holiday. But Ghana, we don't observe it as holiday because it's not even our culture. We have borrowed it. So over commercialization of the whole thing is making it much more overrated. Because everywhere you are, Valentine, everywhere you are, Valentine. So you will feel like it's something that, by all means, you should get yourself involved. You understand? If you don't get involved,
then you're missing out on something.
Exactly.
Great. Papa, what would you say? Is it overrated? Valentine.
What I think is maybe in the secular world is being overrated.
Okay.
Because of there are things that have been attached or has been attached to the celebration of the day. Actually, he gave a brief history. I just want to also add that the Lupercalia, as he said, was a festival, fertility festival being celebrated by the Romans. And in that festival, one scholar described it as wild and unrestrained. Wild in the sense that a lot of things happen within that festival that are immoral.
Okay. And
for example, one, they would write all the ladies who are single, name in let's say a basket or a box. Okay. And then any other guy can come pick any of the names. And when you pick any lady's name, that lady is yours for those periods. The day, not the Valentine, but the Lupercalia is celebrated from February 13th to 15th.
Okay.
So that when you pick the lady's name, that lady is yours from 13th to 15th. So when I pick you, you are mine for the period.
Yeah.
Whatever I do to you is between the two of us. Yes, it's historical that sometimes some of these relationships lead to marriage.
Okay.
So they think it is good for them to celebrate. Aside, they also would sacrifice goats and then pregnancy.
Okay.
So they went on doing that. Now, here's the twist that people don't really give the accurate information, let's say historical information. It wasn't that the Lupercalia metamorphosized or turned automatically into Valentine.
Okay.
That it was not the thing.
Okay.
So somebody, if that is the case, it would be like then it is kind of a pagan festivity that we Christians are enjoying. That is not a thing. What happened was, now the church is expanding, new members or non-believers are being converted to come into Christianity. So what then do we do? When it's time for this festival, the new members who are amongst us also go and do the picking.
Yeah. Okay.
But they are not supposed to.
Okay.
Because the festival, they engage themselves like,
okay.
When you go there, you see that, this person is my church member. But the festival and the things that are happening, this person is also involved into it. Now, the church has been given the responsibility to care for the flocks and also to help them grow or mature very well. So when you are a church and you are faced with this challenge, what do? So the church came and said, okay, let's find a way where we will celebrate love, but the true love that we learned from Jesus Christ, or that was expressed by Jesus Christ. So they looked through and they realized that, yes, there is this person, Valentine, who expressed this Christ-like agape love, that we can celebrate him and then indirectly celebrate Christ as it ought to be. So they said, okay, fine. On February 14th, which was the day that Valentine was murdered, beheaded by Claudius, who was the emperor at the time. It's okay, let us celebrate the day so that our members will not go celebrating Lupercalia. Now, one of the things, how do we call it, angered Claudius, the emperor, to even annihilate or to even kill, let's say, Valentine, was that there was a law, a decree, that men should not marry. Because he needed soldiers who go to war. And when you are married, for example, when I'm married and I go to war, as I'm married, I'll be thinking of my children and my wife. So my focus will not be much on the war. And here's the case, Valentine is marrying, and any soldier that goes to Valentine, he would marry you and then do that ceremony. And at the end, you realize that most of his soldiers are all getting married. They go to war, they are not concentrating, they're rather thinking what is happening to their families. So when it happened that way, he got mad. And what was in it was that the jailer's daughter is called Julia. The jailer had about 44, I think they are soldiers with him. And when Valentine prayed to God, earnestly sought for God's mercies, and Julia was healed of her blindness. All the 44 men converted.
Okay.
So that's losing how many soldiers?
44.
So if you're an emperor, what will you do? So basically that was what happened.
Okay.
So as I said, the church said no. We would rather celebrate this person who did not go against his faith, because the emperor gave him the chance to recant his faith and then come and be a pagan. He said, you would die. I said, no, I still would do this, and went on to do. So that kind of love that he expressed, that is what we celebrate as Vows Day. And that love is only one, agape.
Great. Thank you so much, Papa and Lawrence, for that education on Valentine, where it started and where we are now with that. We'll go for a quick break. When we're back, we'll continue the conversation. Hello and welcome back to True Love Talk. Here we're having a very special Valentine edition, and we've just received a good history on Valentine. We've also discussed what love is in one word: sacrifice and dynamic. We want to continue the conversation. Lawrence, would you say that this question is loaded, but I'm sure that God will give you grace. So would you, for Christian youth, would you say that there's something that they should focus on when it comes to the celebration of Valentine?
Yes, I think we have to, because we have Christ that we are following.
Okay.
The things he did not do, we shouldn't do.
Okay.
So number one, if you look at the way Valentine is celebrated outside Christianity, okay, or outside religious setting, it has to do with material things. So much, you need to get something.
Yeah.
You get to put in so much pressure. See, this Valentine's Day, somebody will lose their relationship. Okay.
I saw some last year.
Somebody by all means relationship will collapse because you were not able to afford something that you demanded.
Yeah.
But I think that even as this is just in Ghana, it's not a holiday. So it's like an evening that you want to maybe express your love, even to your partner. It doesn't mean go and buy the whole world to show that. You see, love should be consistent. Okay. I shouldn't be able to buy an iPhone, whatever number, to show that I love you. So in with the youth, okay, we shouldn't be expecting those material things. Of course, at this moment, like he said, some of the churches, because they know that the youth can go overboard, they try to organize programs in the church just to get keep them, so that they don't go out there. This Valentine, somebody will lose, he or she will lose their virginity.
Yeah.
Because
that's a proof of love.
As a proof of love.
Yeah.
Somebody will even go and take money that doesn't belong. Some will even go and borrow. Just to go and show. See, all these things, assuming the church is organizing a program and the youth are there, we are expressing our loves, discussing issues. There are drinks, there are popcorn, everybody, that nice atmosphere.
Will you take offering or for this?
No offering. We will not take offering.
Okay.
You see, that is the time for, you see, it's a time to let the youth express. Because you see, at that age, they are there, they know a lot. But there's a biblical aspect that they have to also know as far as those relationship and love aspects are concerned. If you leave them, they will learn something out there, and they will bring in. And even those that you have managed to win, they will take them out.
Lawrence, I just want to dig deeper on that. You know, the concept of Vows Day now is for lovers, so a husband and a wife, a boy and his girlfriend or whatever, to celebrate their love. So if the church takes over like this, are we allowing them to celebrate the love? Because someone like Papa, for instance, he will always be on the road. He always be in church. He always, other people are always bombarding him. Papa,
that is a fight.
Today this, tomorrow that, and you know his focus is all on church, and the ministry that he's been called to, don't you think that Vows Day is a time for him to take a step back? Because if the church is having a program, he will have to be there.
Yes.
So don't you think it's rather a day we should let people be where the couple would take the time for themselves and be intentional about celebrating their love?
Why will I be intentional on Vows Day and not any other day?
Why not? It's a special. It's
Why
like your
did you
birthday.
marry on Vows Day?
It's like your birthday. Every day is special, but your birthday is extra special.
No. You see, when you begin to put a tag on it, that it is only this day that I can prove or I can show my love. When that day passes, the rest of the 364 days, what happens?
No, it's not that it's only that day. But we're saying that day be extra about it. So it's not necessarily the extravagance, but the intentionality.
The moment you begin to take one day to be intentional about it, the rest of the days become a problem.
Then the church should do the same. Then we should celebrate Vows Day every day.
That's what I'm saying. That you see, we are trying to borrow something. If you are borrowing something, you don't borrow it well, it becomes a problem.
A burden.
The problem. And so, if that day everybody is celebrating love, the church is also bringing everybody together. We are expressing the same love in the church. Maybe it could be, see, on the same day, the church can organize couples program on the same day, and they can segregate those who are also not married. Their day, and they can even put the two of them together in the same room. What are we learning? We are all learning about love. See, if you go out there, what are you going to do is different that we are not doing in the church. Is it about buying something? See, I've gone for a church program which is Vows Day. I think I was even trying to do something. That if I'm in the same church with you and we are married, or even if your wife is in another church, you bring your wife.
Okay.
Express your love. So if I'm bringing a gift, my wife don't know that I'm bringing a gift.
Okay.
You understand? It's like a blind date.
Okay.
You understand? So just after discussion, they pair you. Where is your husband? Where is your... So all couples go one side, all singles go one side. Then you express whatever gift you have, present it there. You take photo shoots. These things you do in the church. By the time you go, whatever you want to express there, you've done. But mind you, the same time, if you sit outside, what are you going to do? You will drink. You buy food. You want to go to expensive places. You know that some of them you even do when you have not even budgeted. And I've been bringing this thing because I'm even an accounts person. You need to even budget yourself. You don't just jump into. Then the following day, it's an event. You just did it. The following day, you are struggling. They will ask you money you can't provide. What have you done?
But you plan toward it.
You see. So that's why I'm saying that. In as much as we want to show the love, we should do it in moderation. And also let it be Christ-centered. Because we are not like, you understand, in the world that want to do anything anyhow. So that's why I'm saying that this event, people will lose so many things. People to gain something. By the end of the day, when you sit down, you want to assess whatever you have done. Will you be able to say that whatever you've done pleases God? If it is to your spouse, of course, you'll be satisfied that that very day you were able to do something for your wife or your husband to appreciate. But it shouldn't be so much extravagant that home will suffer.
Okay.
You get it. Exactly.
I agree perfectly with you, but we'll come back to the conception that it should be done in the church. We'll come back to that conversation. Papa, I want to come to you. From what Lawrence is saying, it looks like Vows Day comes with pressure. So you are trying to express your love, but then there's pressure in doing that. Do you agree with that?
As you rightly said, why should it be only on Vows Day? But as you also said, it appears that is kind of a special day. We are all trying to sell to the world or tell the world the kind of love that Christ gave us. And that is what I want us to understand, that St. Valentine's Day is not a day that we project erotic love.
Which is the case now.
Which is the case now. Okay. It's not a day that we project philia or phileo, which is friendly love. It's not a day we do that. It's a day we project the agape love of Christ. Because St. Valentine himself projected or manifested that love. However, in the opening I said that the bedrock of all the kind of loves we know, whether storge or whether the other ones, is agape love. So once you express this agape love, it adds or it makes the other love meaningful.
Okay.
Because it adds some meaning. It doesn't make it useless. So, for example, if without agape love, if you be my sister, biological sister, without agape love, I would not sacrifice for you.
Yeah.
It's the agape love that will help me to sacrifice for you.
You'll not even see the need.
I'll not even see the need to sacrifice for you. Even if it is erotic love, without agape love, I would think of hurting you. And as we see, people on this vow day will be thinking of how they can go X number of rounds. It's just to hurt the person.
Yeah.
But without agape love, that erotic love would not have it's kind of it's like it will be abused. Let me put in that context.
And lose its purpose.
And lose its purpose. Yeah. So agape love is the bedrock, and all these other love falls on it, and it adds meaning to this love. Now, it shouldn't bring pressure on us, even if it is one lollipop or one chocomilo you can buy. Look, don't pressure yourself. Buy and give it to whoever it is you're expressing that love. Because the love you're expressing is not in material things, as you really said. So don't think about buying expensive things or bigger things. It's just an act, symbolic act that you're trying to tell the person that, look, this is the kind of love we're supposed to express on this day. So to my colleagues and the youth out there, don't stress yourself so much. Any lady or any guy who would accuse you or probably act in a way that, based on what you give them, acts otherwise, that person does not understand the kind of love being projected on Valentine's Day or on St. Valentine's Day. So we shouldn't pressure ourselves. Now, with respect to what the church does, I want everybody to come to Hope Congregation because tomorrow in the evening from 7 p.m. to around 9:30, because Saturday, most people will not go to work. We have what we call a more day, and we are trying to understand the persistent love of God, and we do that among us. So we'll be watching movies, we'll be taking eating our popcorn, some small chops, we'll be sharing how do you call it, chocolates, yes, on that day, and together as a family. The movie we're going to watch will speak to each and everyone, the single, the married, the broken heart, everyone. The movie has all that spheres in it.
You really thought about everybody.
Yes, to speak to us. So that is how Hope Congregation celebrates Vows Day. And this prevents, as he said, people from going out there to go and do virtually the same thing that is being done in the church.
Just with some extras.
Good. Good. So don't pressure yourself. Anyone who is pressuring you to spend more, leave the person.
So there you have it. The person needs tuition. We hear you, Papa. So there you have it from Lawrence and Papa on Vows Day. The pressure that comes with it, especially as Christian youth. Tomorrow is Vows Day, and your girlfriend or your wife is expecting something, your boyfriend or husband is expecting something. Today is Vows Day, and they expect to do something extra. Oh, maybe you're not capable of doing that. Love and its celebration shouldn't come with pressure. And so please, in everything that you do, in moderation. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue this interesting conversation. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to True Love Talk, a special Valentine's edition. Today we are celebrating Vows Day with you here at PCG TV, and we're having a conversation on Valentine. If you've missed so far, you really missed a lot, but there's more to come, so stay tuned. We would like to start with you, Papa. Green flags, red flags. You know, usually we say that run when you see the red and embrace when you see the green. What would you say are green flags that every Christian must endeavor to have in their partner?
Okay, so green, you get green, right?
Yes, the green.
Okay, green means go, and go.
Go closer.
Anyway, I'm thinking about humility. That's the first thing I'm looking at.
Okay.
Humility.
Okay.
if the individual is humble enough
Okay.
to not take the focus or not be the centerpiece of this celebration. Because Saint Valentine did not make himself the centerpiece of the love that we are trying to let the world understand.
Yeah.
So he was humble enough to even go through that. So if you have a couple, a partner who wants to be the, let me say, the celebrity today or tomorrow, that's tomorrow, on Val's Day, then it basically means that that person doesn't care about you.
Okay.
Because it's not about him or her, it's about the two of you.
Yeah.
Trying to let the two of you grow to become like Christ, basically. But for those, let's say, when you move away from the agape love, for the other loves, it can be in moderation. You see, I have a weakness, maybe you have a strength. So how are you helping me grow to be better of myself?
Yeah.
That is where the focus needs to be.
Okay.
And one needs to agree that, okay, the focus must be more on you than me on this day in order for you to grow. So anyone who is humble enough to do that, I think it's a plus for that person. It's a go for me.
Amazing. Amazing. Lawrence, what would you say is a green flag that we need to run towards?
Somebody who really listen.
Okay.
Okay, to you. Somebody who communicates also very well.
Okay.
One of the green flags is that you should be able to get somebody that the little that you give, showing appreciation is very key. So there's competition out there, and your partner brings you something. You know there are some smiles that you give, then you know that no, this one is a fake smile. But the person just wants to show that you got something. That one is a challenge. But no matter how little it is, if the person still gives you, and you show that appreciation, it shows that okay, you are somebody. Even if I have small and I give you, you appreciate it. So if I get bigger, I give it to you, appreciate it. Okay. So I'll take that one also.
But Lawrence, in that matter, so the person showing appreciation, what if what you are giving them, you could have done more, but yet you chose to do that like a barest minimum kind of person?
Who says I could have done more?
Oh, your partner knows you and your level.
Why? So how?
You discuss your finances. So let's say
where the more means it means that you are expecting something.
Let me give an example. You have a partner, and your partner maybe on your birthday they do this, on Mother's Day they've done this, on Father's Day they've done this.
Father's Day you don't celebrate. Okay,
we celebrate. And then it gets to Valentine's Day, which is an opportunity for you to give back, or their birthday, for instance. And then, as they say, and it's all over social media, a woman will go and buy handkerchief and boxes or singlets, that Bobo dancer package for you. Meanwhile, you know your man's needs, and you are in a position to buy something that actually means more to them. Why the boxes and the one you bought last year, they've still not even gotten to wear it. So why repeat that? When it's your turn, they are very intentional to give you something a best summable. Why not, give back in the same vein, but rather you always want to do the barest minimum?
So you are saying that because on maybe my birthday, on Valentine's Day, whatever day, you did something extraordinary for me. I should also replicate same by doing extraordinary.
The gifts that you are giving, it's not about you giving something small. It's about you giving what you can give. And so if it is big, because your emphasis is something small.
No, okay. So you see, what I have is what I've given you. Maybe you are expecting something big. I don't have what I have.
If you can't, it's different. But if you can, and you still want to do something small, that is what I'm questioning.
I'm saying that, sir, you see, you should know your partner, like you said.
Yeah.
It means that you are expecting something. Once you have been able to give me something big, you expect that, okay, maybe because maybe how much I'm earning, and probably my salary or something, I should be able to give you something that you think is big. But from my heart. You see, when you are giving,
If it's from your heart, by all
from my
means.
heart,
Yeah.
I'm saying that this is what I think. If I give you, you appreciate. The moment you are not appreciating it, then it means that you have an agenda. Once you have an agenda, what I'm giving you, you not appreciate it.
No,
Yeah.
So why don't
let
you
me
even
add to-
discuss?
Let me add to what he's saying. You see, once expectation comes in, then the relationship now moves from what we are discussing now to a business relationship.
No.
Because maybe this year I did this for you, so you should be able to do this for me.
Exactly what
No.
I'm saying.
But I'll come to your point.
Exactly what I'm saying.
The other twist is that this year you bought me handkerchief. Next year you bought me handkerchief. The third year you bought me handkerchief. I think that is also another red flag we need to discuss.
Yeah,
So for that, I get your point that yes, if the person is buying the same thing always, the question is maybe the person lacks, the person doesn't know.
Yeah.
Or doesn't know the
sometimes, especially being for men, you know that even sometimes if we want to buy something for our partners, we try to even inquire.
Which is good.
You see, we want to inquire that what would I buy for my wife to even appreciate. So you want to ask maybe their friends or somebody.
If you have a sibling.
Exactly. So if I'm able to get those information and I buy those things for you, sometimes I will even intentionally ask.
Yeah.
So that question would have been asked last year.
Long ago, yeah.
You understand? So then I will get the information.
Yeah.
Into what kind in a person. I grown already, so your mind will not even come there.
That it will come.
Oh, into now is I didn't pan out here. No, I bought. Oh, okay. Then you put it in your head that okay, maybe either on the birthday, on Valentine's Day, or any special occasion, that is what you want
your
to give.
anniversary. Yeah.
So I think we the men also, women are very particular with that. That I will give them because they know what to present at a particular point in time. I mean, stress that is even down also. So we are, but so some of us, we normally I want to inquire.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give you something that at the end of the day you feel like, I did with the.
I don't really.
See, let me give you a typical example. When we got married, I know my wife don't like heels. What the manner? So on the wedding day, we intentionally bought heels just to wear it for that day.
Yeah.
So she wore it in the room. She was not comfortable. So just when we sat in front, she removed it and the maid of honor gave the slippers. When we were coming out, they put on the. So I realized that, okay, then she will be cool. Now I went to Kumasi. You know, Kumasi people, they have this. I bought like heels. When I came out, I was very happy. Oh, thank you. Do you know that she didn't put, apart from the day that I bought, she put her legs in.
That was it.
That was it. Because the sister's okay. Then I realized that no, if I want to buy anything, I have to at least find out from her. So I would do my investigation some months back. Then I will know what to give.
Okay.
So normally, if they will not appreciate, depending on the way probably we are also not communicating.
Okay.
We don't know what they want and all those things. But I think we need to communicate.
Yeah, I think we need to be a bit more creative with our gifts given because
and observance. You see, you should be able to observe and know the needs of your wife.
Yeah. Or your husband.
Or your husband or
your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Or your partner.
Also, is trying to say that boyfriend, girlfriend, because when you say boyfriend, it starts from there.
Yes,
oh,
exactly.
No, he wanted to. He said, I thought he was going to say that boyfriend. No, don't go.
No, boyfriend. It starts from there.
It's
a green flag. Now let's look at red flags, Papa. Let's look at red flags. So, what would you say is one red flag? I think Lawrence, yours was a double-edged sword. If the person doesn't appreciate, then it's also a red flag.
Yeah, that's why the communication has to come in.
Okay.
So, you know, some people, they are expecting something. They too, they will not communicate. Okay. But you see, in your heart, you
they
know
expect
that
to know by magic.
No. You see,
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Men are not even wired. Like, you see, there are some men who are very, very intentional about some of these things. They always are spot on. And you're yeah. And those why you need to be communicating. They're not pair. And if you study your wife very well, you'll be able to know that, okay, these are the things that when she gets, she will love. So that one too is there. If you don't know, you try to do that investigation to be able to get. But there are some people, see, even, do you know that somebody have bought a car for the wife? And the wife, they brought the car, they blindfold you. Yes, yeah, the whole but when you
All the
just when you saw that everybody was saying the wife said, Infinity. I don't like Infinity. I want Benz. I want that.
Red
What
flag.
Red flag.
Papa, red flag. Let's go.
It's too bad. Appreciation.
I also did the double thing. I'm
Okay.
saying that the focus shouldn't be you.
Okay.
Shouldn't be you.
So somebody who is self. It's a red flag.
Self to me is a red flag.
Okay.
Yes. And let me chip in this thing. You see, on the day, it shouldn't be a day of satisfying needs, of resolving, how do I put this thing? Yes, satisfying needs of the partner. So as you think, buy what you need. Just expressing your love can go way beyond even your need. So if I think that I can buy you a pen to express that day, we are talking about St. Valentine's Day, talking about, yes, expressing that love, even receive the gifts, also shows whether you really understand the kind of love being expressed here.
But Papa, in gift giving, isn't it for the sake of the person you are gifting?
You see, that's what I'm saying, that we shouldn't dichotomize or diffuse the day from what the gift that is being given. So if that day your husband, your let's say your person you're going out with or you're courting with doesn't have money. Let's say a day before, a week before, something happened and he lost a lot of money, or has gone to invest into something. So the person there is lucrative, and you've already had a conversation, let's say some months ago, that you want maybe iPhone 15 or something, and the person doesn't have the money. So on that day, if the person brings you a chocolate, a bar of chocolate, you say, okay, you are my Valentine or something. I appreciate that. Oh, at least the person has given me something. That's my point. The day shouldn't be a day of resolving or help satisfying my need. This is what I need, my need. So at all costs, I must receive it.
Okay.
That's a pressure way.
That's the pressure that we're
comes.
talking about.
That's what comes
so
with the pressure.
don't pressure yourself. Feel free. Even if it's a paper plane you can do, or a paper hat that you can design for your loved one.
Do you know that even on that day, you need not to even give a gift. If your wife is cooking, just take your apron, enter into the kitchen.
It's all parts.
Share whatever, and we sometimes we feel like mema and cooking. We do. What they create or kakre pen wa bono. Then you understand? Then you are just playing. That one alone, you are creating fun among yourselves. You don't need to even go out in the first place.
Okay, so Lawrence is trying to keep all his money in his pocket, but Valentine's Day, we're celebrating. So thank you.
That's another way of celebrating it.
And I perfectly agree. If you do not have the money to do something extra, please, you can go for a walk together and discuss your love.
Birds.
It's watch birds in the evening. We'll go to work. You are dating somebody, there's something little, you can send a good heartfelt message at the beginning of the day. You can it's really cut your coat according to your cloth. So what you can afford is what you should do. We've talked about pressure. Don't pressure yourself unnecessarily in the name of Valentine. I remember on campus I heard that I think at the time it was even iPhone, was it 11 or whatever, that if you go and give your virginity in the name of love or iPhone this, what are you going to give when another iPhone comes? That one is what. So there you have it. Don't pressure yourself. We'll take a quick break. This is True Love Talk Show, and we'll be back shortly. Hi, welcome back to True Love Talk. We are here having very interesting discussions on Valentine's Day and love. We want to ask our guests, starting with Lawrence, on texting. Do you think that texting is making relationships harder? Instead of me calling you, I'll leave you a text, that kind of thing. Do you think it's making relationships harder?
Okay, so it depends. Texting is very easy to communicate because sometimes you are looking at the convenience also at the time you are trying to call. what you think the person will be doing at that time.
Exactly.
So normally, if it's during working hours, you might want to even test. If another, I want to talk to maybe hi sweet, hi honey, whatever you want, you call your partner. I want to talk to you. Are you available? You don't just sometimes you don't just pick a call and say I'm calling.
And
especially
when they're at work or
you understand,
or something.
and especially when you know the nature of the work that your husband or your partner or your wife is doing. You don't just call. WhatsApp call will say, oh, I want to call you. Are you free? Then you say, oh, no, please test. Yes. You don't just pick up phone and call.
There are some people who are monitoring space. So if they have to call you on video call and they want to see where you are so that they can catch you.
That is one of the worst experience you want to have. Why do you want to call video call? So it brings into mind trust. If you don't trust your partner, when you sleep, will you close your eyes? Exactly. So why do you want to call me video call? What do you want to see on my face that you didn't see in the morning? But of course, there are some partners that have that with them, that they will do video call. They are used to it and it's part of them. Other partners, you are not used to it. So when you do that video call, they will get angry. So you should know where you belong. So I'm saying that normally during working hours, especially when the two of you are corporate people and you know your schedules, I will always send a text
before you call.
Yeah, are you free? Are you busy? Or sometimes when I even call directly, and you don't pick, I know you are busy, so I won't call the second time. But there are some people, they will call you one, they will call you two. It becomes very, very annoying because the moment you know that the person has not picked the call, then they are busy, especially when they don't have issues also with you. So I would say that testing is okay because it's easier read. You can also get the information that a person wants to communicate with you and so on. So as far as relationship and testing is concerned, it's not a challenge. But sometimes it can bring communication barrier because what you are trying to communicate, through test, if I'm reading it, the meaning might not be the same. Take an example. If I test you, maybe WhatsApp, and you are replying, because you are busy, you will reply with capital letters. Those who understand communication with small and big letters, they will think you are angry.
Yeah, you're shouting.
Yes.
Okay.
You get it. So that is where the issues are coming from. So you need to know if you are testing, how do you communicate through message? If your partner is not somebody who easily gets your messages, the moment you see that the reply is coming, you see that some people test the way they talk. So when they test, and sometimes if you are angry, the way you will read a message with anger probably might not be the way the person is sending to you. So it becomes a problem. So we have its positive side and also a negative side. But for me, I think that what's happening, testing, whatever, is not a big issue. But you need to do it for the partner and a person.
A good blend.
Also.
And now we even have voice notes, so
exactly.
You're even busy and you can't quickly type
also
a reply, you can send a voice note. Papa, what's your take on that?
Oh, it's not far-fetched from what our brother just said. So I think it's also a means of communication, and then it should help enhance the relationship. There are things that I cannot vividly use words to describe, but thank God with WhatsApp I can take a shot and send it to you. So which you can appreciate better than when I'm describing it on phone. There are other things that yes, voice cannot do that, as we already said. Text can do. So we should know how to blend the two. However, know your partner or know the person you're going out with. There are people who don't like texting. Even thank God you raised the issue of voice notes. I have a group that there are some set of people, they will never text. They are always sending voice notes. They can send about 10 voice notes at a time because they're explaining something. So they'll send a voice note. And so when you are going out with such a person, you should know that this person likes voice notes, not texting. So when you text, on reply with a text, but with a voice note, are you ready to go out and be in a relationship with such a person? there are people who find easily texting because they are good with words. Shortcuts, FYI, do all those things. Do you think the partner appreciates those things?
Yeah.
So you need to check all these things and know whether you are really communicating via the text or not. Because nowadays with the Gen Zs, it's very tough reading text messages from them. Sometimes you read the things.
You're not sure if it's English or not. Yeah. Okay. I think a good blend is always
so let's try
knowing your partner, because for instance, I prefer to text a lot, and my husband prefers to call. He will quickly give you a call because he's on the move or something. So I think finding the right balance is helpful to make things thrive. On social media, would you say social media is a blessing to relationships and marriage, or it's rather taking a lot more away from it? Because now everything is on social media. People are seeing people's marriages and family life, people's dating. Today being Vows Day, there's going to be a whole parade. If you've not started seeing, please go on a social media account and look at the people you're following. There's going to be whole, all that. Do you think social media is a blessing to our relationships?
Social media is good, but the way it's being used is what I have issues with.
Okay.
And because of the means or the ways it's being used, it's becoming more of a problem or a curse than a blessing from my point of view.
Okay.
You see, unnecessary pressure. Unnecessary pressure. Unnecessary pressure. And I saw one post somebody made. Somebody fried egg. And you need to, but try in order to. So I'm taking this meal.
It's a common denominator.
It's a common denominator. You see, and when another person sees it, a person will be like, for example, a partner takes a picture of the wife or the husband or a car or Vows Day, I'm going to do this, put it on social media, and now a different set of couples sitting somewhere going through social media, and it becomes a fight. So then I'll be what will you do for me?
Pressure.
Unnecessary pressure.
Okay.
So the deception is more on social media compared to real life.
But wouldn't you say it's also about you, the one perceiving it, not having a lot of depth to know that not everything is real?
Well, it's also a factor. It's also something that we need to be conscious about, that not everything. But how many of our youth know that not everything they see is real? Because it's very, very difficult to even ascertain which is real and which is fake, unless at the tail end the truth comes out before you know that, so all of us, all along, what this guy has been posting is just a fake life. So we just need to be cautious. But however, it has some bit of goodness in there, blessing in there for us, because you're able to know what is happening in other people's marriages. Sometimes you are tempted to compare to yours. Sometimes you're not. So you learn relationship things, you learn this from there. However, the ability to decipher whether what you are even consuming is true or not is what we need to be conscious about. Hence, I think during COVID, there was this, I think Facebook and the other thing came up with fake news. There's sometimes when you're scrolling, they'll tell you, this news is fake. It's not true. I think they've removed those features. It's because of how it was influencing other people to act, not only in their marriages and not only in their social life, but other places also. That's why they brought that very feature. But I think they've taken it off after COVID. And it helped because they realized that the negativity that social media was bringing was so much that they needed to add these features to it. So, yes, to a certain extent that helped, but to me, to a larger extent, is not helping.
So what can we do as Christian youth?
As Christian youth, we just need to, as you said, one, know that not everything we see is true.
Okay.
Not everything we see is true. Two, we need to have safeguards around ourselves. Our expectations must be within reach. Because sometimes social media influences people.
That's what Lawrence wants to do.
Yes. Influences people a lot. In terms of their expectation. And last time I add is, don't belittle yourself because you see somebody has posted something so extravagant and you think, hey, this guy is my classmate. All of a sudden, look at hey, God, why? God, why? I don't know Bible, then you go to God. We shouldn't belittle ourselves when it comes to that. When you see us, be happy that somebody is moving. If that is, even if it is true. However, it should motivate you rather than making you look timid or making you look
down on
tiny,
your
down
achievements.
on your achievement and everything.
Thank you so much, Papa. Lawrence, what would you say we should also do? Social media, it can be a blessing or a curse, as Papa has said, but how can we safeguard ourselves as Christian youth so that we do not get the negatives only?
I said we should be able to set boundaries.
Okay, like
you see. So apart from the things that you see, the sites that you also visit are also very important. There's not every site you want to go.
Okay.
You know that where you are going, you will see things that will affect you.
Okay.
So you are setting boundaries. Okay, there are these sites I will not go there.
Okay.
Because what is there, you yourself, you know it is not good. I mean, we have other Christian sites that you can also go. We have other Christian platforms you want to also go. Sometimes we have other these humors that they create on skits that they create. If you want to make that one to make yourself happy, that is fine. The two of you can even watch together and just laugh. But the moment you begin to use celebrities' life, somebody has posted something. You see, normally, even on social media, you the corporate, it's not everything you have to post there. You don't know, there are millions who see your post. You don't know those who like, they say they are, you don't see them.
Yeah.
But once you have posted, they can see.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to do anything to you, you've given them that information. You see, so sites that we visit are also very, very important. And even on our own phones, there are other apps that you can put that will not pop up certain things for you to. And that is why you see a lot of youth today who are in church and with their phones. What service is going on? Sometimes it is not them. It is the phone that is bringing certain things. And I saw one, the camera just picked somebody who was watching this unveiling kind of. They were reading the hymn, and I think the app brought an advert.
Oh.
And so then it becomes. So I think we need to be very careful the kind of things we allow on social media.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Let me add this. We need to be disciplined.
Okay.
By knowing who we are as Christians.
Okay.
And hence, not everything goes on social media.
Okay.
In terms of our relationship.
Okay.
Some people expose themselves too much. I don't know people, but just by their posts, I know what is happening, and then what they want to do and where they are. And it's. I think that thing ought to be cured. We need to curtail or try to find a way of being. Just know who we are, our principles as Christians, and then that should influence what we post and what we not post on social media.
Okay.
Even on your status, you see, sometimes you read somebody's status and you know what is actually happening to that person. Worse. Continuously.
But you know,
you need to post them.
Sometimes some people say that what they are posting is not a reflection of their lives. Like they see a meme